no Germans in the semi-finals tonight. This is the second, and it's the world champion, Alessio Focconi. Won gold in Wuxi last year. World ranked #1. And he is up against the reigning European champion, Alexei Cheremisinov of Russia. 33 years old, ranked 10th in the world. Focconi, age 29, ranked #1.
Yeah, Focconi came through Nemeth and then a real corker in the 32 against Benny Kleibrink, making his return now that Olympic qualification has begun. He then beat Erwin Lepescu, and Zerabchenko came through the quarter of death, you have to say. Cheremisinov beat Brown of Ireland, Chachukalo of Ukraine, Cruz of Great Britain, which was a really good win for him, and then Maxime Pauty of France to get to this semi-final. With the form Focconi's shown this season, you have to fancy him as the favourite in this one.
So the second of the semi-finals about to get underway. Alessio Focconi against Alexei Cheremisinov. Focconi looking to make it an all-Italian affair in the final. This is going to decide who faces the Olympic champion Daniele Garozzo later on this evening. And Kerem, just talk us through the styles of these fencers.
Well, Focconi's one to watch. He switches from between a defensive, solid and wide on guard position to an attacking one where he's right up on his toes, and you can really see the difference as he lands the first hit. He uses lots of blade actions before going for the point, although that time it was just one to go for the beat attack, and loves the circular ceased parry to shoulder with a big circular movement of the blade before flicking over the top. Cheremisinov, he's one of a kind. I mean, he really is unique in the way he fences. He looks so relaxed sometimes, it looks like he doesn't care, but it's all part of his game. He wants to lure you into a sense of confidence, and then he comes out after you, so his attack can be very surprising.
Yeah, and Cheremisinov, psychologically, he's either completely on fire, completely pumped up, or sometimes it doesn't look like he's bothered.
Yeah, it does look like that sometimes. It's really strange for him, but I think it's part of his game plan.
He's a brawler.
Yeah, and that's a really good way of describing him, because you may well be able to block out the first attack, but because he's so determined to hit, he'll follow through with an extremely quick remise, which is basically a sort of second bite of the cherry. Now, technically, he doesn't have the right of way, but more often...
Second bite of the cherry.
More often than not, that remise lands because he closes the distance right up, and he's very difficult to hit. The head coach Mamedov not in the box with Cheremisinov on this occasion. And in fact, neither is Andrea Cipressa in the box.
Card for Cheremisinov.
Not quite sure what that was for.
Being Cheremisinov. So 2-1 to Focconi. Referee for this semi-final, Miguel Machado of Portugal. And Cheremisinov has levelled the scores. So if you're just tuning in, this is the second of the semi-finals of the men's foil. We've got women's sabre coming up later in the programme.
I think that might well be Dmitry Shevchenko in the box for Cheremisinov. He's got a few fencing medals himself.
Oh, CHEREMISINOV a bit rash there. Attacked from a bit too far out.
Yeah, time for a circular cease parry from FOCONI. He didn't go for the flick this time. Decided just to extend his arm straight to the shoulder. That was not set up well enough for FOCONI. So both making a couple of unforced errors. Just trying to do a flick underneath the arm there. CHEREMISINOV too tall, has extra reach, just skipped away from it.
So if anyone's tuning in and they're new to fencing, look at the feet first, because footwork really does make up 75% of the game. You need to get your body into the right position, the right distance, before you can then launch your attack or make a defense. It's all about controlling that distance, moving, and distance and timing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about getting yourself in the right position to go for the hit, but it's also about getting yourself into a position where you lay a trap for your opponent, maybe trick them into thinking they can hit you. Change of direction, all important. Just got a shot there of the Italian coach, well, FOCONI's personal coach, Filippo Romagnoli. Very focused.
So off target, white light on the box. Riposte to FOCONI brings the score to 5-3. And 6-3 for FOCONI. Was born in Rome. Won a junior gold at Belfast in 2009, and the team competition. Took double gold at the World Championships last year for FOCONI, individual and team gold.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
But 29 years old, it's taken him a while to work his way through into the Italian team.
Well, of all the years that the Italian team have been dominant, he was in an era where, well, Baldini, Cassara, Avola and Aspromonte were just at the very top of their game. And he's kind of sat in the shadows a little bit for a while.
Yeah, that was the team that won gold in London 2012 in the team competition.
Now I get a closer look at the Russian coach there. That's Denis Chernikov, not Dmitry Shevchenko. Tries a para riposte. Now, does the first counter riposte land? It doesn't. And the right of way is for Alessio FOCONI. I'm pretty sure Miguel Machado has called that correctly. That first one didn't land for CHEREMISINOV on the right. And there's the reaction from Filippo Romagnoli. Referee's had a look at the video. He's coming back. Well, so he said the first one doesn't land from CHEREMISINOV, but the first one can't have landed from FOCONI.
Well, that's a big call.
Yeah, it's given it. But,
yeah. 8-3 the score? 8-4. 8-4 the score now. So big difference between 9-3 and 8-4.
Nice attack.
No, that was simple. That's what we talk about, distance and timing. FOCONI had worked his way in. CHEREMISINOV trying the same thing, but hitting off target. CHEREMISINOV's attack. FOCONI beats it with distance now. FOCONI coming forward.
Well, CHEREMISINOV calling for a video here. I'm not quite sure why.
There was no blade contact.
FOCONI picked up the right of way. Well, actually, yeah, maybe there's a call there. He does stick with the decision. It's about whether the hand moves forwards progressively and continuously through the end of the attack. If it stops, then that's the end of the attack. I can see why Alexei CHEREMISINOV called that for that one, but he didn't get the call going his way. Bit dangerous there from FOCONI stepping in on that attack from CHEREMISINOV. If he slows that down a little bit and lures out the counter, then he's got an opportunity to finish.
Beautiful counter there from CHEREMISINOV, though.
Yeah, steps in, lands the hit, and then blocks. Indication, though, that FOCONI is actually trying to set something up on that counter. I think he's trying to lure CHEREMISINOV in and then change lines on his attack and hit underneath the arm. Nice broken time attack from Alexei CHEREMISINOV. He does like those. It's the old school broken time attack. I think if that's coming, you've either got to get out of the way really, really quickly, or rely on your defense if you spot it early and step in with a counter. He disguises that broken time, though, because he steps in looking like he's going to attack. That makes you step away. Then as he brings the arm back, your momentum's carrying you backwards. So an interesting one here. This isn't over yet.
No. Score is 9-6 as we go to the first break. If you need to fencing, we're going to 15. And CHEREMISINOV looking pained. That's not unusual. FOCONI's got his head in his hands. Just cooling down. We got an ice pack under there.
This is not to sound rude, because it was the same for me when I was fencing. He's a little sweaty, FOCONI. He sweats a little bit more than the average bear, and that sometimes causes issues with basically connecting off-target areas with on-target areas, and it means that a red light or a coloured light will come up when it should be a white light. That's why he's toweling himself off. We've seen on a number of occasions FOCONI being hit in the middle of the mask, and the coloured lights come on, and there's nothing the referee can do about it. He has to award the hit because it's faulty equipment, effectively, from the fencer.
So we're back underway in the second period. Score sits at, well, 9-7 now. Just 2 points in it. And CHEREMISINOV is coming back into this match.
Well, broken time attack spotted early there this time from FOCONI, and he stepped in with a counter. Is one of the options.
We saw an interesting match in the round of 16 with FOCONI against Irvin Lepechou, and they were 10 apiece. And then FOCONI just was able to add some more variety, bags of tricks, skill, just up the skill level right at the very end.
CHEREMISINOV, not unusual for him to give himself a little bit of extra thinking time. Lovely. Just about lures FOCONI into stopping, and the minute he did, the attack comes out. There's the stop. It looks like he's trying to open up the target. CHEREMISINOV just goes round the blade and lands it. Coach clearly happy with that one. Doesn't want to push the referee too much with that.
Yeah, he's on a yellow.
Another yellow card will result in a red card and a point for FOCONI.
Oh.
Anything to defend yourself.
Yeah. When you've got CHEREMISINOV launching himself towards you like that. Seemed to wrap his blade up somehow.
Yeah, just managed to block it out and keep a hold of it. And the momentum carried CHEREMISINOV past. The referee then has to call halt. Gets the parry, but FOCONI loses his weapon, so unable to land the riposte, and the referee has to call halt, because if a fencer can't wield their weapon, it can be dangerous. Oh, that's lovely. Right on the back line. He just did a little body jolt there, and that stopped CHEREMISINOV, and then he launched an attack straight off that. That's a real skill, because when you do this body movement, there you see it, you see that little jump there, and when you do that, you've got to be looking eyes open at your opponent to see if they stop. If they do, then you go for the attack. It's your right of way. Right on the back line though. Brave. Again, another one from FOCONI where he's opened the goal up to CHEREMISINOV, just stepping in without necessarily having set anything up. That's his attack though.
Yeah.
Much better that time. CHEREMISINOV again calling for a video. Now I think this is going to be the end of his video appeals, because he's already lost one.
Yeah.
And I can't see the referee turning this one around. There you go. I think he said one video then left for
No,
Cheremisinov.
Pada video, I think he said.
Harder video, okay.
No videos. Any non-French speakers.
Nice. That's the circular cease para pass that he loves to do.
And FOCONI is very good at this, closing out. When he gets a sniff of the final score of 15, he's very, very good.
Oh, he missed his attack. Missed his attack. Oh, actually, Machado's calling that as an attack from Cheremisinov. I don't think it makes any difference. There's only one light on the box, but I'm kind of...
Well, it's quite easy to referee when there's only one coloured light on, isn't there? But it was interesting that he said it was Cheremisinov's attack there.
Para riposte, the circular cease coming out again, but this time it goes back down and underneath to the body. Didn't quite get to the body. Hit the front leg of Cheremisinov. Just started to increase the pace now. Still the attack from FOCONI.
He doesn't have any more video reviews. Cheremisinov cannot call a video review on this.
Interesting. I know why he's thinking about it. Well, because he's lost, but he's saying that he's got through on his attack on preparation. Interesting.
So Cheremisinov now buying a little bit of thinking time, changing his weapon. Well, it's not impossible to come back from 14-10 down. But against the world champion, the world number one, it's a tall order for the Russian.
Told you he was one of a kind.
Yeah. So now, having changed his weapon once, he's now going to have to change it again.
You can see the difference in the two camps there. The Russian coach sitting there looking perplexed and slightly tense.
Technician is out, just to check everything is working correctly. FOCONI just sat on the edge of the piece, waiting patiently, keeping his concentration up. Not unusual from Alexei Cheremisinov. So here we go, 14-10 to the Italian. Cheremisinov just missing on that attack.
Yeah, they've got to stay really focused. Cheremisinov will not give up here, and FOCONI needs to focus on getting this last hit.
We can't think it's the last hit. That's the thing. Sometimes you get that additional pressure of I just need one more. I just need one more. And all of a sudden, Cheremisinov scored a quick 3, and then it's equal. Off target on the counter.
Well, first one is no from FOCONI for sure. Now the question is, does Cheremisinov land on his first one? And I don't think he did, which means it's a continuation from FOCONI.
Yeah, and referee Miguel Machado has just gone to look at the video review of his own volition. And that is it. He has given it to the Italian. The world champion Alessio Focconi goes through 15-11, and it will be an all-Italian affair in the final. We're going to have the world champion against the Olympic champion. Daniele Garozzo will take on Alessio Focconi in the final. And you've got to say, Alexei CHEREMISINOV, well, he took gold in the European Championships last year, and he's walking away with the bronze at these European Championships here in Duesseldorf.
Yeah, and Russia sit in that little group of teams from Europe that are really wondering whether Hong Kong and Japan